So what if you just met someone and they're talking over you and kind of controlling your interactions? And even when you try to do boundaries, you're not really...
They keep talking over you?
Yes.
Even when you're sharing?
They're not really getting what they're doing.
But they're excited and enthusiastic, maybe?
Perhaps.
They're trying to help?
Maybe.
Okay.
So someone wrote it.
What do you think about that? Has that ever happened to anybody else?
This is Reid Mahako from ReidAboutSex.com.
Cathy Bartuli from the IntimacyDojo.com, a website of impeccable patience. What do you do? What do you do when that happens?
One, if you've just met someone, like, I have to decide sometimes, is someone worth the investment? Like, if I haven't met them and I don't have a particular reason to hang out with them, sometimes I can just say, wow, this person doesn't have good communication skills right now. Maybe they have better days, but I don't necessarily want to, like, invest more in trying to work with them. So there's certainly the option to say, hey, great talking to you, goodbye, and leave.
Okay.
And it may be hard if they keep talking or they're trying to control, but you have to decide, when is it worth it for you? I think, first of all, is it worth the effort? And then two, using some simple boundary stuff initially to see how they respond is useful. Like, hey, I noticed you keep talking over me. I wasn't finished with my thought. Would you mind if I finished? And then seeing how they respond. If they don't respond well to those kind of boundaries, do you really want to spend more time with them?
Yeah, you've got a good indicator that it may not be useful to proceed.
Yeah. And if it's a family member or something that's different, like some of us are kind of like, well, Uncle Joe never stops talking and I'm just going to be quiet and listen. You make decisions like that. But if it may not be something you need to solve, as the person was asking, like, how do I fix this? So setting gentle boundaries and seeing how they respond, I think, is a really good way to judge how mature and how well they're able to communicate.
What's a good exit script? You're just having a bad day and you don't have time for this.
Yeah. I have to catch a bus. I forgot about a meeting. I have diarrhea. I need to run.
Oh, that's funny.
Well, my stepmom taught me that when I went on my first date. She's like, if they ever won't leave you alone, she said the first thing you can do is pick your nose, because they're going to probably be grossed out and leave you alone. And if that won't work, threaten to either throw up on them or have diarrhea, and then you can make yourself...
Why not just go for diarrhea? Because if you pick your nose and that doesn't work, now it's like you have to
go all out.
You have to go diarrhea.
Yeah.
And you don't, going full diarrhea might be, maybe that's just the smart one.
Yeah, but her thought was you could kind of back them off that way.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So she had unconventional advice, but I thought
I think the diarrhea one's actually quite
because it gets their attention.
And you're just like, oh. But now you're, again, in this situation, in the comment the person wrote in, this was a stranger that they were having a conversation with, waiting in a waiting room or a line or something.
Yeah.
So again, the diarrhea might not be the right thing, because then you have to excuse yourself and then come back, and then they're still there.
Right.
But as I need to end this conversation, we will never see each other again. That might be useful, but then you're still... My question is, you're lying to that person.
You are, yeah. You can just say I have to... Sometimes I don't care enough about a person to be that genuine, especially if they're really annoying me. I try to be as genuine as possible. But I need to make a phone call that I really need to make. Or I need some quiet time, or would you excuse me, I have to take care of something, and you don't even have to say what it is. Yeah. My eardrums are going to burst, so I'm going to go take care of myself.
Yeah, and that's tricky too, because as a male, as a big guy, I haven't experienced people not leaving me alone when I told them to. So it's not like I don't have people generally following me down the street, catcalling me, or
telling
not
you to smile,
leaving me alone.
or
So when I say, thank you so much, I can't have this conversation anymore, I'm doing something else, so thank you, and then I turn my attention away, I've never had people continue to turn into what would be harassment.
Right.
So in that case, the diarrhea thing is quite clever, but then you need to remove yourself from the situation,
right,
and you kind of can't come back.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
I mean,
that's
you could come back in a little while and just say, I might have to, like,
yeah.
But yeah, and the problem is that there are some people out there that feel like you owe them your attention if you're in the same space.
Mm-hmm.
And that can be really frustrating when they don't honor it. I do try to, like, the minimum effective dose is a good idea for, like, what I do. I try to give them a minimum effective dose. Like, I need to take care of something right now. If it's someone that just isn't backing off, sometimes I'll use an authority figure. I need to call into work or something like that, because that adds some credibility. Sometimes, like, I'm not a big, tall martial artist, so I
and I just want to acknowledge that. Like, it's that sometimes the advice I feel like I give people isn't the best advice because it's kind of calibrated from a white male's perspective who happens to be a big guy who's an extrovert. So
yeah. But yeah, so I mean, I do try to be genuine, but I'll also use things like I have diarrhea, or, you know, because it's blunt and then they really can't argue with you or try to push you around, or I have to make a work call and I'll genuinely call work. Like, you know.
Another thing that might work, and this is just, I'm bouncing this off you, is like if you say like, oh my goodness, I just remembered I need to call a friend about something, and then just pick a friend you have not talked to in a while and call them.
Yeah.
I don't know if that would work.
Yeah, but it's like you're talking to someone else, and most people will back off for that time. So, and, you know, for all they know is, like, you can put on your earbuds to talk to them and just keep going, like, you could hang up afterwards and
sneaky.
just keep talking.
Sneaky. And listen to your Justin Bieber.
Yeah. And Justin.
Yeah. I think he has a song about something like that. I'll figure out there's a pop song about this. If you know the pop song about having to end a conversation with somebody who keeps wanting to talk to you, what is that song? It's in my head, and now I think it's not Bieber.
It may not be.
Leave a comment. Help us out here, internet. Hit subscribe if you haven't already. Share a video with a friend.
Thanks for watching. If you'd like to subscribe to my social media, it's right there. And please subscribe to this channel there. If you'd like to see more goofy Reid and Cathy, there's more videos there.
See them. Why are they there?